welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be doing a March prediction. This is going to be a pick a pile between 1, 2 and 3 piles, and we're going to be talking about all things happening for you in March. I'm going to be showing you the piles now. So these are your piles. This one is going to be pile 1 with a gorgeous labradorite crystal. Pile 1. There are already pre-shuffled cards here for each pile. Pile 1, what's happening for you in March. Pile 2, pre-shuffled cards with the beautiful rose crystal. This is going to be your pile 2, what is happening for you in March. And pile 3 with pre-shuffled cards here as well, with the beautiful amethyst crystal. This is going to be your pile 3. If you'd like to take a moment to focus on which pile really resonates for you, then you can do that by pausing the video now. Alternatively, just close your eyes and then open them and your eyes will rest at the right pile. If you find that really difficult, pick a number between 1 and 3 and go to a number generator on your search engine of choice. I like to use DuckDuckGo, and you can then help yourselves to find your pile 1, 2 or 3. Alternatively, listen to all of the piles and I will see you at your reading. We're going to be starting with pile 1. Okay, so pile 1, for those of you who picked this really gorgeous labradorite crystal, what is happening for you in March? We're going to be starting with the Kim Krantz Archetypes cards, and it is the Star Born. So beautiful card here, and we have an egg that's just about to crack. Okay, so how is the egg significant to you? Has the egg been showing up for you lately? Is it a sign of spring coming around the corner? Spring is the 21st of March. So something is about to open up here. We also have 3 here. I haven't looked at any of these cards. They have been pre-shuffled and they have been blessed for a few hours. So they have been blessed by spirit and ready to go, and I haven't seen any of these cards. So very exciting to see this and the synchronicity of this beautiful number 3 being the 3rd month of the year, which is March. Okay, so we have the energy of spring coming through here and we have the Star Born. So the letters could be coming back to you sort of mirrored here. But it says here, the Star Born. I'm also picking up on Aquarius energy. The star card is Aquarius energy, which is number 17. Number 17 could also be a significant number. So this is the overall energy for the month of March. Let's have a look at the rest of the cards that we have here for you. So we have this new deck that was gifted to me for my birthday. It was my 40th just a few days ago on the 24th of February. And we have this new deck and it's called the Heart and Hands deck. So we have 2 cards per pile, and for you, pile 1 with a labradorite, we have the 2 of Pentacles and we also have the Magician. Okay, so the 2 of Pentacles is showing me that there is some balancing out of your finances here. Maybe there's an energy of scrimping a little bit or needing to save some money and not expend your energy too much, even because money is currency, as you know. So it's about spending but also saving. Not overexerting your energy, but also conserving your energy as well for the month of March. The Magician card is telling me this is going to be a very big month for you. I don't remember when Mercury is going to be in retrograde, but I have been picking up on a bit of Mercury retrograde energy whereby there could be some slight communication mishaps, but not a major thing for you. I don't think it's going to be a big deal for you for the month of March. I just see mainly that there is a lot of big energy for the month of March. There's a Gemini energy here. There's also possibly a Virgo energy here as well, because Mercury rules these 2 signs. Mercury is also the sign of communication, technology. I would say also things moving quickly as well, communication that is sped up very, very quickly. We're going to look at the other cards as well. Let me just see if there's anything else that I can pick up through the channeling, all right? There's something up your sleeve. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you, pile 1, Let me just put your crystal here so you know that this is your pile, and it looks very cute with my little beautiful candles and lighting. There is the energy of something's been up your sleeve for a long time, pile 1. You've been holding on to some communication. Maybe you haven't had the right time to execute this idea, this dream. But I see you're going to be using technology in order to communicate this idea, this dream. I say dream because the star card, remember we spoke about the star is born, the star born. The star is born could also be a movie, the present one, or in even the old film, The Star is Born, could also be a very significant film for you. But I see that there is a dreamy energy here. There's communication that may have been delayed. Again, that Mercury energy, Mercury retrograde energy, that may have been delayed so that you can execute this idea into the technological world, which is social media, emailing, maybe even by post, maybe newsletters as well, which is going to be happening in March. So let's continue with the rest of the cards. The next set of cards that we have here for you are the cards from the Hocus Pocus deck. Now remember, I haven't seen any of these cards, so let's have a look and see which ones we have here. We have the 9 of Candles. Okay. We have the 9 of Potions, so double 9, 99. Definite endings taking place here. You're in the energy of having transitioned away from something, and you're moving into the energy of something that is going to be released into the world. The reason why I say that is the Magician is someone who has a rabbit in a hat, and they go, ta-da! And there's this new, exciting, magical energy happening for you for the month of March. Maybe it's because you're finally ready to release something and birth something new. Some of you could also be Pisces as well, or maybe even Aries possibly, and it could be your birthday. Hence the egg as well could be birth or a rebirth energy, which does happen during birthdays, isn't it? But the 9 of Candles is typically the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Potions is also typically the 9 of Cups. It would seem that you have been working, or you will continue, for some of you, you could be continuing to work on something, perfecting your skill sets. Again, Virgo energy could be Mercury energy as well, perfectionist issues as well, possibly, about just finessing something until the time is right to move forward into releasing that idea, that project, that business. I just heard that partnership into the world. Okay, and the 9 of Cups, the 9 of Potions is also a very happy wish, a wish that is about to be granted. So again, it feels very much like for you, part 1, that this is happening, whatever this is going to be happening at the right time. We're going to be looking at some more cards, don't you worry. We have the Ace of Candles, something you're very excited about. You're very happy about this, you're very joyous about this, you're very passionate about this new idea. And again, I feel like this could be a dream that you may have had since your childhood. We have a young lady here. She's dressed as an angel, and there could also be this feeling of whimsical energy, this dreamy energy, Piscean energy, Neptunian energy I'm picking up on very strongly. But something that may have been a dream that you've been wanting to share with the world since your childhood. I'm picking up on some of you who could be actors, work in theatre, film. But there is a dream coming true, and the Aces always talk about new beginnings. The 9s always talk about just about to complete something. You're just about to end something. So I'm seeing here that there is, maybe for the first week of March, I would say, or the first 2 weeks of March for some of you, there could be something where you're just finessing something, you're just finessing a project, an artwork for some of you who are artists. You're finessing or tweaking something like some typography, maybe for your website or your blog or for your social media, or even a podcast or radio platform that you may have. something you're finessing the first 2 weeks of March so that you are ready to share this good news, this great endeavor, this great new project, brand, business, whatever it may be, into the world, and thus you start your new chapter. I do feel like it's a big chapter. I feel like for a lot of you, March does bring the energy of spring, which basically sets the tone for the rest of the year through to autumn, fall period for some of you as well. Particularly with the autumn fall energy, with Virgo energy, that would resonate with those seasons as well, you know, September, October months, August as well, August, September, October months, okay? Some of you I'm picking up on could actually be pregnant or fall pregnant during the month of March. I have to say this, I see the cards like this, but I also read the energy intuitively, clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, clairsentiently as well. The messages come to me in very different ways. I don't really necessarily need to read the tarot. I'm a very, very strong channel without the tarot, but they're quite fun to use as divination tools. So the Ace of Candles, interesting I said the Ace of Cups, you see how it works, how spirit works. The Ace of Candles is showing me that there is a new beginning in something that's passionate. Now this can involve a Virgo in particular or a Gemini. We still have this major arcana here in your spread, which is telling me there is a very important energy here, possibly even that's going to be setting the tone for March, but could resonate for the month of June and May, which is Gemini season, as well as August, September, October, which is Virgo season. Something you've been wishing for a long time with the Nine of Cups. And the Ace of Candles, when I said the Ace of Cups, could be a resurgence of love in your relationship. Someone is maybe even weighing the pros and cons of something, maybe writing a list of good and bad or even ugly of things that are working out for you in your relationship, whatever that may be, even at work, or just what's working out for you with a particular endeavor. I'm seeing someone who is seeing the pros and cons in a particular work endeavor here. But whatever it is, it's going to be panning out well. Your analytical skills are going to be improving, and if anything, your analytical skills are going to be of great importance for the month of March. Now we have the Six of Candles. The Six of Candles came out in the reverse. Now, you know, for those of you who have been here on the Abstract Medicine world community for a long time now, you know that I don't typically tend to read reverse cards, but this card came out in the reverse for some of you. Not all of you will have this card upside down. But what I will say is that, again, there's that energy of delay, you know. So for some of you, there may have been a delay in a plan that was going to be executed and shared and launched into the world, where there was going to be great success, a lot of accolades, a big audience, releasing something to the greater sphere. You know, this is a public arena, this is a public endeavor, I would say, or at least the very minimum, at least 20 to 100 people will have their eyes on you or your business, your brand. And if it's you as the influencer, you are the brand. And there's some sort of delay that, you know, with launching this particular idea, that hasn't been the right time for you recently. For some of you, there could still be a delay the first 2 weeks of March. But for most of you, by the end of March, it's going to be panning out very well for you. We have the Six of Candles, which is the Six of Wands, typically does talk about great success and great rewards, having done a very good job, you know, an excellent job well done in your public sphere, your public arena. This is your colleagues praising you very well for, you know, praising you for doing such a great job. For those of you who work for a company or a business, I do see that this particular idea that you may have where you're thinking outside of the box and providing maybe even a slightly entrepreneurial spirit to your company or even your group of people that you're working with is going to be paying off very, very well. People are going to be really on board with your idea. I do see that your intelligence is also improving some way, somehow. Maybe for some of you, you could also be starting a new hobby as well here with the Ace of Candles. That's really going to help you maybe even for some of you go to coaching or go to some sort of communications coach or someone or something you'll be doing, or someone who will be helping you in this. I want to keep saying finessing your communication skills. Again, this could be written skills, vocal skills, hidden communication skills, so through body language, you know, physical body language, physical body communicative skill sets, are going to be improving, and there's someone here who's going to be helping you with that, I would say. All right, beautiful energy. Let's have a look at the angel cards for you for the month of March. We have get more information. Again, this is definitely the energy of Gemini and Virgo. Love to get more information. This is technology information. This is technology. This is the angel of communication, which is Archangel Metatron. He's also very helpful if you want his help with collapsing space and time. Even if you don't know much about him, you can just call on him, Archangel Michael, or even Archangel Metatron. Both of them work quite well together, actually. Michael is the color of, for me, the color of blue, and also Metatron is the color of purple for me. Not all readers will see his energy like that, or their energies like that, but they do work very well together. They're both archangels of very, very high realms, because they're archangels, they're higher angels than angels or seraphims. So we have you getting more information, again, researching more for the month of March. Some of you could even be going back to school. I get an itchy nose when I channel, so just excuse me when I get an itchy nose. For some reason, as psychics, we get itchy nose. It's a weird psychic itchy nose syndrome that we get, and it just means that the channel is very, very strong. Okay, so I'll cup my tea. Archangel Metatron is the one, again, who holds the Merkaba. You know, the Merkaba is the star. Again, we have the energy of the star born. In this card here, Aquarius energy here. Aquarius does talk about social media, technology, communication. Also talks about humanitarian endeavors as well, being a maverick and thinking outside of the box, and maybe even being slightly emotionally distant in order to really focus on the mind. There's a lot of mind capacity, a lot of mind information, I would say, happening for you for the month of March. But Metatron is telling you to ground this energy, ground the mind, the body, and the heart. You yourselves are the chariot he is sharing with me to you. You are the chariot. You have the Merkaba within you, which is the star that actually, when you look at it in a different way, looks like a cube. And that's why it's called Metatron's cube. So again, there's the energy of illusion here. The magician is someone who works with illusions, you know, someone who goes, ta-da, I've got a rabbit out of a hat, I've got this ribbon and lots of ribbons coming out of my sleeve here. So something here you're sharing with the world for the month of March, which is going to be very exciting. People aren't necessarily going to be expecting it. You could even be working with alchemy. You could even be working with the elements, particularly the element of air for the month of March. Particularly for those of you who work in the spiritual world, you work with energy just generally, in your energy workers, you shift energy, your Reiki healers, your yogis, yoginis, art therapists, even, call it what you will. You're working with energy predominantly and working with a client, with removing energy, removing low vibrational energy, and supporting your client or even your business to bring a higher vibration into your community, or high vibration into your client, or high vibration into your business or brand. Then this would say that with the Magician card, it's important to, again, ground your energy with a balance between your mind, your heart, and your body, whilst also not being afraid to share your thoughts, share your downloads, share the information that you get from spirit, mentally, clairvoyantly, psychically, and share that with the world through technological apps like social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, things like that, because I think you have something here that is very important to share. For some of you, you've been a little bit in trepidation mode about sharing this, maybe even esoteric knowledge that may be a little bit out there for some people. But the Aquarius energy with the Starborn is telling me that it's important for you to share this information. I do feel like you have a God-given right to share this information. I feel like this is something divine that is being shared with you. I just saw 17 and 17 on the timer here, which is telling me there is something here that needs to be shared to the world here. It's the right time, the divine time is coming. There's no more time, Metatron is sharing with me, to worry or to overanalyze on this now. This is the time. If there has ever been a time to enact this plan or this knowledge or share this knowledge, it's now. Okay, Let's have a look at the next card. A year from now. Okay, so for a year from now, something major is going to be happening. A year from now, your chapter, your life is going to be changing. There's a new energy of a new chapter here, okay? Again, we're talking about Aquarius energy where we've been speaking about humanitarian efforts and endeavors here. So there's something here that you're meant to be sharing with the world about humanity. Maybe this is about you, maybe having your own platform and being a channel yourself, maybe even being a channel for Archangel Metatron or even Michael. The Magician card, I will say, if you're wanting an archangel who would be a magician, would be Archangel Raziel. Archangel Raziel is the magician. He's got this purple energy about him. He's really helpful. I haven't been working with him for many years now. I have not. But when I did work with him, he was someone who really helped me come into another spiritual awakening process during my 7th year. I'm actually in a 7th year numerologically. This is my 7-year year. But my last 7 year, he really helped me to understand angel numbers. He really helped me to understand breaking down esoteric and spiritual knowledge in a very succinct and clear way where I just understood it, I just got it. It's a little bit like the Matrix when Neo gets plugged into the system and he gets a program to know jujitsu and he just knows jujitsu immediately. It's the same energy, it's the same type of thinking, it's the same idea essentially. When you're ready for the information, it's almost like when the student is ready, the master appears. And this is what is happening. You're wanting more information for the month of March. You're wanting to get some, maybe even further guides, for those of you who work with guides, maybe even further guidance through a mentor. That mentor arrives maybe in a spiritual form or even a physical form, that person, that energy, that mentor arrives to help you. And they help you understand this maybe complex information in a very succinct and clear way. All right, the next card we have is recovery. So a lot of you for the month of March, I do feel like it's beautiful because it's almost like the energy of being pregnant and then releasing that baby into the world. Now, as a creative myself, I resonate with that. A lot of you who are creatives, you'll understand that too, that you know, you've been working on this particular thing, you've been working on this project like a baby, and you've been nurturing it, you've been, you know, first of all, it came through conception and that seed was planted, and then it then manifested physically as a fetus, and then it grew, and then, you know, some of you, this could actually genuinely be a conception happening for you in the month of March as well. If you're not wanting to conceive the month of March, then I would say high probability use protection, because I'm seeing here that there is something growing here for the month of March. But for a lot of you, creatively speaking, and you have this idea that you're about to launch in the month of March, it's going to feel like a great release. It's like, finally it's out there in the world. It no longer belongs to me. Now it sort of belongs to the community, or the community will help me raise this project, this baby, this idea. You know, a little bit like my podcast, or even here Abstract Medicine on the YouTube channel. You know, it's an endeavor that isn't just my own, it's an idea that comes through spirit, and then it's worked on through finding out more about the tarot, continued research about the tarot, looking up how other tarot readers read as well, not through competition, just through market research. And this is what you do, and then you release that idea and you just launch, and then you continue doing market research. And but it's a community endeavor, there's engagement here, you know. Again, there's the energy of the 9 of Candles, but it's a wish come true. It's like, oh, I would love to share this YouTube channel platform, or I'd love to create this podcast, or I'd love to create this idea and I want to launch it into the world. And there could be a little bit of trepidation, as I mentioned before, but there's this feeling of finally, like, it's out there in the world. It no longer necessarily belongs to me, and I'm excited to share that with the world. So interesting. I'm actually getting major deja vu right now. It's crazy. But yeah, the recovery card is also, I feel like for a lot of you, you will be recovering from your finances as well. If you've been very worried and concerned over your finances, I feel like your finances are going to be recovering for the month of March. I also do see this is a great time to just sort of take stock with your own physical and energetic needs as well for the month of March. I think it's a great month for you, pile 1. Let's continue with the other cards we have here. Okay, so the next set of cards we have are the Mystic Mondays cards. Again, these are pre-shuffled, so I have no idea. I haven't looked at them. We have the Princess of Cups, beautiful card. I'll just show you these cards one by one, and then I will read the information. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Nous avons le Temperance. For some reason I want to speak in French. Some of you could be learning French, some of you could be learning a new language the month of March. What I love about the Temperance card is an abstract medicine friend of mine who I worked with on the Instagram, where we did a collaboration, which was really fun. He shared with me the fact that the Temperance card talks about ancestors. It's an ancestors card. Temperance card is also the energy of Sagittarius as well. Also talks about tempering your energies, right? Again, it would work very well with recovery, wouldn't it? Five of Cups. I just had a pause there because the word I came up with, or that Spirit shared with me, was making a house a home. And once there was one, then there was two, and then there was a family. So what I'm picking up on is, in a year from now, for those of you who are trying for a child, trying for a baby, or starting something new with someone very important in your life that carries this kind of slightly trickster energy, I would say, you know, maybe you're not seeing it come in. This person is someone who can be trusted, I would say. You know, maybe both of you have some sort of money issues. I do see a partnership here, but it's going to be working out. For some of you, you're going to be falling pregnant with this person, and this person in a year from now, this is someone that you share a lot of passion with. You're starting a new passionate beginning with this person. You could also be healing anxiety. You could also be helping each other heal with the Recovery card and the Temperance card, and maybe even heal feelings of inadequacy with the Eight of Swords, and feelings of separation anxiety, maybe because of your past pains and traumas here. Now, this is very normal and natural, but you get to know each other better during the month of March. The More Information card is telling me that your communication skills with this person is very clear. There could be something to do with work here, where maybe you're wanting to see each other more in the month of March, but it's not possible necessarily because I'm itching my nose because of channeling. Because of work commitments, right? So there could be that here, but I feel like this person has a way of this is romantic. We're talking about the romance now. This is someone who has a way to really praise you. I'm hearing that Fatboy Slim song, I Want to Praise You Like I Should. This person has a way to, you know, applaud you, and they're your biggest fan, particularly if you have a social platform. You know, this is the kind of person that will just communicate out of the blue, I want to have your baby. Like, I want to have 2 kids with you, with the Two of Pentacles. Like, you don't necessarily see it coming because it's the Magician card. Like, the Magician card goes, ta-da, surprise. This could actually be, for some of you could be meeting someone of high significance that you're not necessarily expecting for the month of March. Some of you could, very few of you could actually be coming out of a relationship, and you're unsure, maybe you're a little bit untrustworthy of this person who comes into your life, but I feel like this person, romantically speaking, is divinely timed in to come into your life for the month of March. And it's a new beginning, it's something exciting, the egg's about to crack and hatch. The Temperance card is telling me there's another big energy here with the major arcanas, 2 major arcanas here. So significant months that are going to be happening for you starting out in the month of March will be May, June, September and October, and we also have November and December, just purely with the nature of Sagittarius. I also did mention Aquarius energy for some of you, that could be January and February as well. Princess of Swords, getting more information. Yeah, the Princess of Swords is someone who gets more information indeed. Some of you are still healing from self-worth issues, and some of you could be going to a counsellor. I just heard a shrink. Some of you may use that word, shrink, or even someone like myself, an energy worker, to help you release anxiety or to help you find ways, like coping mechanisms, or even just someone who you can talk to and they can be a listening ear for you for the month of March. That person will help you recover from a lot of trauma, okay? Because you don't want to sabotage this connection. And I feel like your fears are coming up with self-sabotage here. But these are minor arcanas, these are minor energies, so I'm not too worried about that. What I will say is that you have this sort of like love in your heart here with the Princess of Cups. There's an energy of like fluttering in your heart here. Beautiful energy. Two of Pentacles. So we have the Two of Pentacles again. Different decks, same card, right? So again, there's someone here who may be a little bit unsure about starting a relationship, I would say, or starting to go out on dates because they haven't quite been ready to get out there, because they've just ended a relationship, or they've ended a difficult cycle of thinking about themselves in a negative way. I feel like this person again is going to be coming in out of the blue. I also think that your worries are kind of not needed because they concern money and currency. So if you're putting the energy out there, look, no shade here, I'm also human, I think, and I also have the same concerns too. My sense of self-worth comes through how much I earn or how much I'm being praised at work, and that is something I'm not ashamed to share with you all. And I think that for a lot of you, the month of March, you also feel that too. It's like, oh, I don't have enough money to do this, I don't have money to do that. I feel like maybe talking to someone about your financial issues, not necessarily as a financial advisor, but I would say someone who you can talk to just to kind of vent or to get it out of your system so that it doesn't stay dormant in your body. You get to shake it off and share this information about your worries about money and your worries about maybe even sharing your energy, physical energy, your physical temple with someone else, because you're scared, because you've been taken advantage of before. The Five of Cups is someone who has been left behind. This is not a very pleasant energy. This is someone who's been abandoned, essentially. At least for me as a reader, it's kind of the energy of a connection between the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, where someone has abandoned another person and there's separation anxiety, there's worries about someone who's going to abandon them, abandonment issues as well. But I think that, once you get to know this person a little bit more, just go slowly. There's no need to rush on anything. The egg takes a long time to be made, just like a baby. It's like takes 9 months. We have double 9 here. So again, something exciting could start in March, but it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to end in March. It can go on throughout the year, and again, we have a year from now. So whatever is happening and being conceived in the month of March is going to be really setting the tone for your next chapter, which you'll look back on, around this time next year. Again, whenever you're tuning into my videos, completely timeless reading, as you know, it's going to be big. So yeah, I think this person is going to go steady with you, and it's great. So try not to over concern yourself. Also, really focus on your intuition. The High Priestess is someone who's very clairvoyant and psychic, intuitive. This is also you going to an energy worker, someone like myself, who is a psychic reader, psychic tarot reader, a shamanic healer as well. I do shamanic healing sessions. For those of you who know, and you've come to me as a client, I'm very grateful for you coming to me as a client and trusting in me. And the High Priestess is someone who you would go to for energy work, a Reiki master, Reiki healer, a yogi, yogini. This is someone who has and knows a lot of esoteric, hidden information, hidden knowledge. Now, I will say with the High Priestess, there could be a hidden relationship here. For very few of you, this could be 2 or 3 of you. It's giving me the energy of moonlighting from one relationship into the next. I would be careful of that, because you don't want it to bite you back on your backside. Karma is real. It's the energy of cause and effect. So whatever you do and plant in the month of March, remember it will have an effect for the year around up to the next year, the next time of year in March, you know. So what I will say is that if you're considering yourself to be a hidden female or a mistress or a hidden person in a relationship, i.e. someone who is part of an affair, I would highly advise you to not do that. But then again, you have your own free will. That is something I will say. Okay, but that's very few of you here. Some of you are also letting go of that energy. For some of you, you may have been mistresses or people who were in a third party situation, and I see that you're healing those wounds and you're letting go and releasing, you're recovering, you're getting help from someone, you know, a therapist or even, I don't know, some sort of energy worker, to help you release these maybe past life issues that are recurring in your life, where you don't feel like you're worthy of being the number one female or the number one male, the number one person in your own life, the leading person in the film of your own life. Now, the High Priestess, as I said, can be someone who is hidden in relationships. So the Magician card, negatively speaking, would be someone who's very manipulative. So for those of you who have dealt with those energies before, where someone's tried to manipulate you to be in a relationship, this is very few of you, not all of you will resonate with this, I know that. But they don't necessarily show you as their girlfriend or their boyfriend or their partner or their significant other, however you wish to call yourself in that particular dynamic. Then, you know, that's kind of problematic. That's a cause for concern. It's a little bit of a red flag, okay? But very few of you will be already healing from past issues and past pains with regards to that, because there's abandonment issues coming up here in the reading. If some of you are being juggled with between one person and another, it's time to cut the cords of that and really start to really study and research and find out who you are and what you want to be and what kind of person you wish to be in the world as well, just in life in general, in purpose. Yeah, you know, we got Three of Swords. You can't make it up. It's like I'm psychic or something, right? Three of Swords is separation. As I said, separation anxiety came up, and we have separation card. We also have the energy of major heartbreak, you know. So Three of Swords after the High Priestess can talk about a breakup or someone being found out as being the hidden person in a relationship. But for a lot of you, for the month of March, you are actually recovering from a breakup, okay? And that's why you're walking in with trepidation in a particular new dynamic that you're kind of excited about. You have the hots for this person, I will say. The Ace of Candles is someone who has the hots for someone new in particular. There's lots of yellow energy. This person makes you laugh. The Magician card, no doubt, is someone who's also very witty. They're very intelligent, very smart. Gemini energy, Virgo energy here. They have a grounded energy, but they are very quick-witted, and their way of thinking is very dynamic, let's just say. So I think you're just maybe a little bit scared about starting something new with this person because you don't want to get your heart broken again. You're still in recovery mode. This person, if you communicate it to this person, they'll understand. Look, I need a little bit more time. I'll be fine. The Hanged Man or the Hanged Woman. Remember, I spoke about delays here. Now, remember at the beginning of this reading for the month of March, you could be still, the first 2 weeks of March, you could still be delaying executing a plan for the month of March. Maybe it's launching a business or a brand or idea. There's a little bit of delay. This is divinely guided with the Hanged Man. This is high energy, big energy here. There's maybe a little bit more time that's needed to finesse, to temper your energy, to ground yourself before you launch this idea, launch this business to the world. Maybe keep it a little bit more private just for a little bit longer for the first 2 weeks of March. This could also be a relationship as well, where you get to be a little bit more private. I would say, generally speaking, as your spiritual guru, teacher, I will say it's just always good to keep your private life as private as you can. You don't need to be sharing to the world everything that you eat and what you do with your spouse, your significant other, your person. It's good to keep your private life private. That's really important in an age where everything is being shared. Very few things are sacred. So keep yourself sacred, keep your body sacred, keep your heart sacred, keep your mind sacred, and the rest will follow. You know, don't just do it for the clicks, don't just do it for the likes, you know. Particularly don't be in a relationship that makes you look good. Don't ever go into a relationship thinking, oh, that person, even in a work relationship, will work well with me and for me, because yeah, it will really help elevate my brand or my business or my esteem. You know, that's never going to work out long term. And also, energy never lies. People pick up and perceive these things. You really get to continue to give credit where credit is due, and to credit people for their intelligence. And many people are more intelligent than you actually maybe give them credit for. So I would say there's no point in trying to do that. It's important to just stay sacred. And for those of you who are going to be choosing to be chaste and not partake in physical intimate acts, and you're continuing to do that after a 2-year period for some of you, that's fine too. Maybe you're just not ready to be intimate with someone physically or even emotionally, energetically at this time. Share that information with that person. I need more time, okay? And if they understand that, then great. If they don't, then they need to go. There's no point wasting your time on someone who will not respect you as a person, not respect your body, not respect your time, or your mind as well, okay? And then we have the King of Cups. Again, the Magician, for a lot of you, this person is someone who is highly admired, also admires you. The King of Cups is someone who's very loving, compassionate, highly emotionally intelligent as well, someone who can be trusted. You know, again, I feel like this person also wants to take it slow. Maybe that they themselves have been going through difficult situations at work with money problems or issues. You know, because the Two of Pentacles doubled here with 2 cards, the same card in 2 decks, is, you know, there's not quite enough stability just yet. So maybe you meet someone where the ground isn't quite stable just yet. And then we have the King of Pentacles. But this person will be showing up as someone who you can really rely on. As I mentioned before, the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles together really essentially is the Emperor. So this is someone who's really leveling up in their career. They're wanting something stable of an emotional nature here. They're very loving people, but they're also very grounded people too. I do feel like they have a lot of earth energy in their natal chart, astrologically, or even just they carry this energy of being someone who's very grounded. I also would say that for some of you, this person could be older than you. We have the Princess of Cups, the Princess of Swords, the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, where there is an age difference here. Princess turns into the Queen, and then we have the King who's already in King state. So for those of you who are in a relationship like that, you may be umming and ahhing about the fact, oh, they're older than me, and that's the Two of Pentacles energy. But it's going to work out in the long run. I feel like this person likes to plan ahead, and they don't want to necessarily rush into anything. This person is someone who's very well-rounded with the Magician card. They carry the energy of earth, wind, water and air. So they're very accomplished and wholesome and whole individuals. They don't necessarily need to rescue anyone. They don't need to necessarily be with anyone. They're very good being autonomous here. The Magician card is number 1. They are also a leader. Number 1s tend to be leaders. Numerologically, they could also be a life path number 1. If this is your energy, then take that as it resonates too. This could also be you. But for a lot of you for the month of March, I do see this career leveling up as well here with the King of Pentacles. The King of Cups is also showing me that whatever you're planting your seed into something that you're loving and you're really passionate about for the month of March, it's really gonna prove and show dividends in the future. Yes, there may be a little bit of scrimping of energy, even time and even money, but it's going to be a job well done, and a job that's going to be very fulfilling. Just give it some time. Allow this year to take, I want to say to take flight, really, but it's not going to take flight unless you launch it at the right time. You'll know when that time is. It could be after the first 2 weeks of March in particular for a lot of you. I think that's really it for the month of March. I see, in any case, I see that you have very high clairvoyant skills coming through for the month of March. I do see your dreams are going to be intensified for the month of March. I also see with the Magician card and the High Priestess, for me, they are actually a perfect couple because they just understand each other. They work with energy, they work with spiritual things. This is the alchemist and this is the shaman or shamana, you know, so that they understand each other. They may even look different, they may even seem opposite, but they work very well with each other with the Two of Pentacles. It's kind of also a balance. There's also, I forgot to say, the energy of infinity. So this is someone who could be coming back around from your past, or someone who you feel very infinitely connected to on a soul level, not just a physical level. That's all I have for you, pile 1. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can book directly on the website, and if you'd like to tip me, you can also do that too on the website, and if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can also do that on the website. There's a link there too. Thank you so much. If you'd like to listen to pile 2, pile 3, you can also do that too. Love and light. God bless. Take care. Bye for now. Pile 2. So for those of you who picked this gorgeous rose crystal, pile 2, this is going to be your reading for the month of March. Okay, pile 2 for the month of March, we have the Kim Krantz deck card, we have the Offering. So this is the first time that I am seeing this card. This is the first time I'm seeing any of these cards, to be honest with you. So I'm seeing them at the same time that you're seeing them for the first time. But we have this energy of a gift, an offering, something that is being shared, a hand that is being put out there to share to the world. Maybe this is also an offering to your guides, an offering to your ancestors of gratitude. I also see that there is an offering that is going to be gifted to you as well. I think this is something that you are unaware about, because we have the moon here. This could also be an important moon phase in the month of March, where we'll be having, in the first 2 weeks of March, there'll be a new moon, and then there'll be the full moon at the end of March, right? So it's new moon and then full moon, where this will be the best time to offer or create an altar to your guides and ancestors as well for the month of March. We have the numbers in Roman numerals. We have 50, 64. Okay, so 64, this could be 1964, could be significant for some of you. This could be 10 as well. 6 and 4 is 10. Completions, new beginnings. You're already in a new chapter of your life for the month of March, or at least you feel ready to offer your energy to someone, to something, for a greater cause as well for the month of March. And also with the rose crystal, this does talk about love and empathy for other people. So let's have a look at the first 2 cards that we have here from the Heart and Hands Tarot deck gifted to me for my birthday by Autumn, so shout out to Autumn. We're going to look at these pre-shuffled cards and have a look and see what is happening for the month of March. We have transformational energy here with the Death card, beautiful energy, Scorpio energy. We're starting your month with an offering to your ancestors and death, which we'll talk about also, of course, the idea of the other worlds, you know, on the other side of this physical realm, the spiritual realm. Also talks about Scorpio energy and transformative energy. Pluto energy here very strong as well. Okay, it's a very transformative time for you for the month of March, pile 2. For those of you who have had someone, an ancestor or a friend or someone of great significance who passed away in the month of March, in whichever year, this could have been 1964 for some of you as well, or may have been born in 1964, this would be the right time and the great time to, you know, give your condolences and honor them during that anniversary, right? And the last card we have from the Heart and Hands Tarot is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, very few of you, very few of you could be going through a divorce for the month of March. I say that because the Death card is big energy on endings. Queen of Swords is someone who has had enough and is at their wit's end, and they're wanting an end in a particular relationship. This is someone who is mature. This is someone who has matured as well. This is someone who could be on the precipice of feeling a little bit jaded in their love life, I will say, because of the struggles that they've been through. But I feel like there is hope, because the Death card for me and for most readers is a very hopeful card. The Death card is the energy of the moth. The Death card talks about transformation. Now, moths tend to be attracted by the flame. The Queen of Swords, she doesn't necessarily realize it, even though she's in a transition in her life where she's moving into the next stage in her maturity in her life. Doesn't realize that she still is attractive, that she still has a luminescent energy, that she still has that flame, you know, that will attract and transform her life. You know, she may be attracting new admirers, but she's unsure, she's unaware that could be possible. Okay, regardless of gender. You know, I mentioned the Queen of Swords because she's a she. Now let's have a look at the next two cards that we have here. I will say the Queen of Swords is also Gemini, Aquarius and Libra, so you can have this in your chart. The Death card is Pluto energy, Scorpio energy. The months of October could also be very significant, as well as the month of November, which is Scorpio season. You may even have this in your natal chart as well. Number 13 could also be your favorite number. For some of you, very, very few of you, what I'm picking up on clairvoyantly or psychically is a trigger warning. So you may wish to click off at this point. You may have lost a child in your youth, and it was during the month of March, and this is your time to pay respects to that baby or that child and go to the cemetery or go to your altar and, you know, pay respects, you know, honor them. So very few of you will resonate with that. Okay, for the month of March, we have the Knight of Candles, and this is the Hocus Pocus deck. So we have the Knight of Candles, beautiful card. The Strength card. Leo energy. The Three of Lightning, which is the Three of Swords, which came out in pile 1 in a different deck. Okay. For some of you, I do feel like you've experienced something in your past that was very heartbreaking, very difficult. This may have been something that you have mourned, a relationship, a person. And I'm picking up on Archangel Ariel here, and Archangel Ariel is telling you that you have the strength to push through for the month of March, even though it's quite difficult. To light that candle, to do that offering, to remember the dead. You know, this is kind of got the same energy as I normally have when I'm in October, November, Scorpio season, which is Halloween, Dia de los Muertos as well, when the veil is very, very thin. It can be very heavy energy, right? So I'm picking up on that, but Archangel Ariel is telling you that you have the strength to push through for the month of March. Okay, you do have the strength to do that. Now, for those of you who are going through a relationship breakdown in particular, I would say a divorce. This is something of a high level relationship where there's a contract involved. I feel like you have the strength to move forwards. You have the strength to move on. And with the Knight of Candles, that would be the Knight of Wands. I actually see that for some of you who are women in particular, you may not necessarily realize that you still got it going on. You know, you still have people younger than you that want to be bedfellows with you, let's just say, but you're not realizing it because you're going through a difficult time, you're going through a difficult transformation, you're going through a difficult transition. If this is something you've already experienced, then you may still have that energy around you the first 2 weeks of March, okay, which is quite natural, obviously. It takes time to recover from anything. We're all in recovery, we're all healing. No one ever gets completely healed from anything. You just find different, you know, coping mechanisms. You find different ways to channel your pain in a healthier way. That's what I'm seeing here, okay? But I see here that there is something or someone who is trying to call your attention and you're just not seeing it. You're just sort of like, you're not aware. For those of you who do not resonate with this at all, I would say that with the Leo energy and the Three of Lightning, And the Knight of Candles, we have the King of Lightning, which is the King of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energy here. Okay. What I'm saying here is, for some of you who are in a relationship that has broken down, it's been broken for a while, and you're coming out of it, I feel like there is someone who's preparing themselves to make their moves on you, essentially, when the time is right. I feel like their energy is going to be very strong, and it's going to be pretty obvious. They're going to be showing you in an obvious way that they're very attracted to you. They will be communicating this. The King of Lightning is the King of Swords, so they don't have any worries or problems about communicating how they think. You know, they sort of think first and maybe feel later. But I think that maybe this person is also being misunderstood, because I actually think this person has good intentions. I actually think for some of you, this could be someone from your past that you've known since your childhood that could be coming back around. They could suddenly communicate to you as in the text message, because we have a text, which is a book. The Three of Swords is also giving me the energy where there is kind of the thunder and lightning, a bit like the Tower card, where, you know, there's a breakdown with two people in a relationship, and this King of Lightning comes in out of the blue and texts this person, which would be you, through a text message, through social media, whatever. And they're the person who lights that candle. You know, in the Hocus Pocus film, this would be that protagonist. They light the candle. They have good intention. They are the Virgin in the film. They have good, virginal, positive, peaceful intentions. So I feel like this person will muster up the courage and have the strength to, when the time is right, obviously, and respect the fact that when it's finally over, your relationship is finally over, and even though you might be a little bit guarded, they'll say, look, let's go out on a date. This is actually a perfect couple. Different cards, different energy, yes, visually, but actually the same energy. You have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. They are actually a match. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe both of you are a little bit guarded, okay, for the month of March. But I think it's the King of Swords, the King of Lightning, that is very charming, and they're the one who will communicate how they feel and will ask you out. Only once the relationship is ended, though. Before that, they won't. I think this person may have had their eye on you online for a long time, on social media or Facebook or something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying here. Let's have a look at the angel cards, okay, and see. Let go. Yes, so for a lot of you, you're letting go of a relationship. For a lot of you, you're also letting go of concerns. For a lot of you, you're also letting go of being too guarded. You know, when you're too guarded, now this is coming from someone like myself who has been and, you know, has had to be, right? You can maybe block your heart chakra. You can maybe block opportunities as well. And it's not just love. You can also block opportunities that you're actually, they're prayers that you may have offered to your altar, or you may have prayed to Spirit and said, I really want this opportunity to come to me my way. But when your heart is blocked and your boundaries are up so high up, you know, there are opportunities knocking at your door, traveling towards you. Energy travels, right? Knight of Candles is the Knight of Wands, travels towards you, knocking on your door. Opportunities coming through thick and fast with the Strength card. You know, you just don't see it. So I would say it's time to release, okay? The month of March, it's time to release, time to let go. Open up your heart chakra with that rose crystal. Yeah, we have here for you, pile 2. And just try not to overthink. You know, let's not get into analysis paralysis over here, my Gemini, Aquarius and Libras. I see you. Scorpio energy, maybe let go of resentment as well. The shadow aspect, I'm just talking about the shadow aspects, you know, I have these in my chart as well. But yeah, maybe it's time to just let go of resentment, let go of past pains, trauma as well. Do an offering, seek help, do what you need to do in order to release, okay, and let go of your boundaries a bit. Perfect timing. Now, this person, and I also see an exciting new opportunity, is going to help you feel a bit more bold as well. This person and this opportunity, whatever it may be, is going to help you feel more bold. This is going to strengthen your sense of hope, I would say. If you've been hopeless the last few months, the month of March, there is an opportunity here that's going to be perfectly timed to help you feel more strong. Okay, the month of March. And the last card we have from the angel cards is within the next few weeks. If you've been waiting for news from abroad, if you've been waiting from news from far away, I just heard news travels fast. There is going to be positive news coming in for you the month of March that you have been wanting and waiting for. Now this can also be contracts as well. Queen of Swords, King of Swords are contracts, legal matters, legal endeavors as well, where there may have been an ending in a situation, an ending of a job, maybe even last October, you know, months ago during those seasons, October, November, autumn, fall season. It could have been during the summer months of August as well. Leo energy is July, August, so August, September really. I see that there is something that wants to knock on your door here to give you some exciting news. This is going to help you release anxiety. This is going to help you release stress from your heart space. The 3 of Lightning is the heart chakra. We're talking about the heart a lot here for you, pile 2. So this is about letting go of worries, concern. The Strength card is Leo energy. The heart rules Leo, right? So I do see that whatever pains you have experienced, particularly people who may have stabbed you in the back as well. I just saw 555. The month of March is going to bring about a lot of change. Now we did have number 10 here with 64, 6 and 4 adds up to 10. Number 6 is the energy of balance, energy of love as well. Unconditional love for me as a reader. Number 4 does talk about stability. Now this can be ending a situation and moving into something more stable where there is a lot of unconditional love, where you're just accepted for who you are, not just because you are attractive physically, but because you also have this magnetic fire within you. The Queen of Swords really actually is the Queen of Wands. So maybe it's about thawing your icy snow queen energy and bringing a little bit more of that fire with that Leo energy. The Strength card is the Lion, which would work very well and is an alignment with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands has her totem animal as the cat. She is the goddess and queen of Egypt, right? So this is what I'm saying here, is that the month of March, we're going to be offering, we're going to be doing some spiritual ceremonies, we're going to be letting go, we're going to be unburdening ourselves as well. We're going to be unthawing that cold boundary around our heart space and just letting go and just relaxing into, maybe I get to trust again. Maybe not everything is always dark. Maybe I get to see hope again, because after death there is a new beginning. After death there is a new dawn that comes up. Typically in the tarot we have the night of death, you know, who comes in with this black cloak. He's a skeleton, you know, he's a very ominous figure. He inevitably comes in order to end a situation that needed to end, and you knew it was coming anyway. And there are people that have passed away underneath the foot and feet of this black horse, but right behind the scene, almost like a film or a theatre, backstage almost, what we're seeing is the next scene is the curtains are rising up. The next scene is the dawn is coming, and that's the energy of a new hope. I'm also picking up on Star Wars energy as well. Some of you could resonate with Star Wars, particularly with the lightning rods as well, and the energy of the new hope as well. I'm picking up on that. For some of you, you could also be from the Iron Curtain area, so you could be maybe past Soviets, or you consider yourselves to be Russian, Ukrainian as well. Now, I know you've been going through, you know, a lot of death and a lot of pain, and I offer my condolences and my heart to you. And it's maybe for the month of March a time to honor the dead and remember and recall love back into your homeland, and maybe even also to your heart space as well. lots of trauma, and lots of pain has been felt here, and of course with good reason to feel these things. But we feel them to remember who has passed on, but we also get to live our own lives. We get to live a life that is fulfilled. Otherwise, it's just consistently sad and lackluster and without intention. Now, we all have a purpose here on this planet Earth to live our truth and live our best in whichever way that can be. For some of you, this can be through communicating the pain that you've been going through. Queen of Swords is someone who communicates. She's also someone who's very good with legal matters, contracts. Some of you could even be justice warriors as well, talking about the injustice of the deaths that have been occurring in your homeland, or maybe even through your ancestry. Again, this is a general reading, so please do take what resonates and do leave what does not. But I see here that there is this energy of new hope here with a candle, and maybe it comes in with the light of a child. Maybe it comes in with a new hope of a child coming through. Maybe adoption of a child, or maybe having a child. This could also be a new hope with someone coming in with a source of truth that maybe you needed to hear. This person is someone who's very balanced. They are also visionary. They have very clear sight, not just physically, but they have clear sight about the vision that you wish to create in the world as well. Pile 2, beautiful channeling here. Let's have a look at the Mystic Mondays cards, all right? Let's have a look at these pre-shuffle cards. We have the Ace of Wands. Wow. So we have the Ace of Wands. We have a lot of new passionate beginning taking place here for you, Pile 2, for the month of March. Exciting endeavors, illumination energy, feeling that you're getting awakened into something. Something has awoken your heart space, something has awoken your mind space, your clairvoyance even. You're getting information from maybe the great beyond, from your ancestors, from your spirit guides, from people who have passed on. They're delivering messages from the spirit world that needs to be shared. Now, throughout this reading, I've been seeing mirrored numbers. So you could also be seeing mirrored numbers throughout the month of March as well. I also just had march forward. Okay, march forward. Don't look back, look forward, march forward. Remember the dead, but move on, march forward, I'm hearing. Okay. What did I say about the Queen of Wands? So she's here. Now the Queen of Swords, she ends up releasing that icy cold demeanor. Maybe she gets to nourish herself better as well. She gets to eat healthier foods, more mangoes, more fruit, more sort of nutritional orange, red colors as well, like fruits. You know, I was talking to my friend who was speaking about the colors of fruit and how it's good for you. And, you know, we know that. It's also in Chinese medicine. Plums, pomegranates, these are all good for your fertility system, your fertility energy as well. Queen of Wands is someone who's very fertile, very attractive, okay? I also see that for those of you who have had weight issues, whether I think a lot of you may have lost a lot of weight or even have had nourishment issues, you're going to be putting that weight back on. You're going to be feeling healthier. You're going to be looking healthier as well. But you're going to be feeling a bit more nourished in your physical form, I would say. I also have to say, you're going to be feeling very nourished in the bedroom as well with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This is with the King of Lightning, the King of Swords. Queen of Wands energy, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Now, we did mention Leo already earlier. There is going to be a lot of passion in the bedroom here. For those of you who are not wanting, I have to say this as a disclaimer, because I'm picking up on this energy. I read your highest timeline, so the timeline I'm reading is a prediction of pregnancy. So if you're not wanting to be pregnant, you may wish to use precaution here, okay? All right. Perfect timing, but we do have the perfect timing card, so maybe it's also about letting go in the bedroom as well, just not holding too much control and just letting go, you know? Letting go and enjoying the ride, let's just say. Now, I love how the energy shifted from the somber mood into this exciting energy. I feel like maybe the first 2 weeks or even 3 weeks of March, it's going to be a bit heavy for you. You're going to be remembering things that of course need to be remembered, and they can be really sad, but you're going through transformational energy. And I feel like by the end of the month, that heartbreak energy, that, you know, sense of solemnitude, sadness, it's like your heart is going to be sealed back together. If it's been broken, it's going to be sealed and sealed in a way where there's someone who, like with a torch, who's just warming those cracks and sealing it together like an ironmonger. You know, that's what I'm seeing, you know. So that's beautiful. And I think it's this person, the King of Lightning, gorgeous energy. Two of Wands here. Some of you could be waiting for the right time to move forward into something, or even traveling or moving into a new energy, but we have the perfect timing card. So I would say that this is actually the right time to move forward, to move on as well. Queen of Pentacles, I mean, this is the mother card. For those of you who know, the Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, in particular Taurus energy as well as Capricorn. She's Venusian, exalted in Pisces. So she is the ultimate female. Someone who is very, very well loved, loves a home. She is the goddess of the home, the house and home, the home and hearth. She has ultimate femininity energy. She has no shame in being at home and being a homemaker. I feel like for some of you, you may have experienced someone who has been a homewrecker, but you're coming across as someone who is a homemaker, someone who's very reliable. And I see that there is someone, I feel like mainly this is a love reading, I feel like someone here, this King of Lightning, sees you as their home. They see you as someone who they trust, that they want to build a home with, and they want to build a home in your belly. They want to get you pregnant, basically. That's what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Pentacles. So beautiful energy, very Mother Mary energy, I would say, for me as a reader too. The Two of Wands is also telling me there's a twin flame energy here, so this could be a high vibrational match as well. I mean, you know, this is just gorgeous energy, to be honest with you. I feel for a lot of you, let's just move into career just briefly, because there's a lot of passion here and a lot of life stuff that you've been experiencing recently. But I would say in terms of your finances, I think that there is more stability in your finances. I see that you're going to be provided for. I see that you get to provide yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is the higher, let's say, energy of the Nine of Pentacles, who is the independent woman, the independent person. No matter what your gender is, don't worry about the gender. So I see that you are independent financially. You're able to buy the clothes that you want to buy, particularly with those Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo energy. You love to feel stable. You love to feel at home. You love to decorate your home. You love to buy luxurious items. It's all about the bed sheets. It's all about how you feel with a particular bed sheet or clothing, item of clothing or jewelry, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, maybe getting a massage, going to the hammam, going to a spa, whatever it is that you're doing. I do see that there is a major glow up taking place for you for the month of March, where you may have felt lackluster, to be honest with you, because of the pain that you have been going through in the recent months. I do see that you're going to just feel like a whole new woman, and I'm actually hearing Chaka Khan's I'm Every Woman playing in my ear right now by my angels. And that's the energy that you need. It's like that feeling of feeling loved, but also spirits going, you go girl. And that's the energy of Archangel Ariel as well. And it's not in a toxic girl boss energy. It's not in a toxic, you know, yeah, in that way. It's more about feeling more confident, the energy of strength, more courageous, more outgoing, a little bit more loud. Now I'm hearing J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez's song, Let's Get Loud, Let's Get Loud. She's also a Leo. So, you know, someone like herself has also been through a lot of heartache, a lot of pain in her romantic sphere, but she comes across, I don't know her, but she comes across as someone who is actually quite a lovable person. And she comes across as someone who's very strong and keeps moving things forward. And she keeps it moving, she doesn't stop, and she celebrates life. I mean, she's doing this tour right now, right? So she's doing that. Big, spectacular Leo energy. I love that. But yeah, I do see that you're going to be having someone in your life, maybe like a style guru, or maybe a sister of yours. I'm picking up on, for some of you, Leo energy can also be, friends as well. And I would say also children. So this could be people from your childhood as well. That are kind of like boosting your confidence as well and bolstering you up. But by the end of March, you're bolstering them up, and you're the one who's the leader, and you're like, oh, I've got my spark back again. I feel like this confident female again. I feel like this confident goddess again. And that's great. We all have the right to, and the entitlement to, have off days and bad hair days and bad body days, and especially when we're going through transitions in our life. In age, we may feel a little bit lackluster, but really genuinely, I do feel very, very strongly that really beauty does come from within, and it does help to have great genetics. But if you have great genetics and a crappy attitude, then you're just ugly, really, aren't you? So it's about transforming and continuing to transform yourself from the inside out, and then you just end up illuminating to the world your confidence, your light in particular. I do feel like a lot of you are light bearers of hope, you are light bearers of justice, you are light bearers of truth. And I think you're going to be really transforming into this actual, rather than a moth, a beautiful butterfly. So maybe that energy of the moon and being hidden and being a little bit elusive and people not being able to track you down because you've gone MIA. By the end of the month, you're coming across as someone who wants to celebrate, wants to be social, wants to get out there, wants to dance, wants to party. And I love this energy for you. And I really feel like there is someone here who really helps you, particularly a male or someone of significance here. I would say your significant other, for those of you who are very happily married and you've gone through a very difficult spell. I wouldn't say in your relationship, maybe for some of you, but in your life, where there has been death, there has been transformation, there has been a transition, this person helps you to have that joie de vivre again. Not saving you, but somehow you somehow get that confidence back again, and which is really who you are. It's your essence. I love that energy. But generally speaking, in terms of your career, your finances, I mean, to be honest with you, I see more so that it's stability at home and stability with feeling confident in your own sense of your own temple, your own sense of home within who you are. Beautiful energy. Yeah, again, Six of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are moving forward and moving on from a hard time in your life, a hard dark night of the soul for a lot of you, maybe even an ego death for a lot of you. March is that doorway that opens up that energy of hope, where you're going to be feeling excited to live again, to love again, which is beautiful. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Let's continue with the cards. We have the Seven of Swords. Now, we talk about justice here now, how you're light workers and goddesses of justice. I actually pick up on someone who has been, sorry, I've just got something. Someone who may have deceived you in your past, someone who may have wronged you somehow, and there may have even been some sort of legal documents that may have been sent back and forth, and you couldn't see the light of day, you couldn't see it ever ending and working out in your favor, and you thought and you felt yourself as a failure. In this particular situation, I actually think that you moved on. You may have even traveled abroad and maybe relocated. For some of you, pile 2. This justice is coming in, this truth is coming in, and I think you're going to be getting news about this here with the Ace of Wands. It's the perfect timing. And I think that as you let go of this situation and just enjoy your life, to be honest with you, pile 2, I think that this thing is coming back in order to bring clarity to the situation, to bring truth to the situation. And I feel like your justice is coming in. We've got the Seven of Cups. Your dreams could also be highly active during the month of March. Lots of astral traveling. I would say just to continue to protect your house and sage your energy so you don't get psychic attack as well. Just continue to do that, because there could be a lot of interference trying to come in energetically into your personal space. But generally, I think that there is something here that is coming back. We have 7 and 7, 77. And with the offering, I feel like it's your ancestors that are working in your favor in order to bring truth and justice to this particular situation. Now, the Strength card is Leo energy. The Strength card is someone who doesn't let go. We have the Let Go card as well. Is very perseverant. They fight till the death, essentially, right? They have high honor. So whatever you've been fighting for your justice to come for you, it is coming for you for the month of March, or at least you're going to get a big sign, a big inkling about this, a big sign I'm hearing from Spirit in the month of March. We have another 7. We have 3 7s, 777. And we have the Sephora here. So this is the energy of the tree of life, you know. As you continue to nurture your tree of life, which is you're nourishing you and your ancestral lineage as well. For those of you who are wanting children, who have children, you're setting a good example to the new ancestors to come, essentially. The new future to come. And we're talking about children. We have the Sun card, beautiful energy. The Sun is a child. The Sun is also Leo. So the Sun card is a wonderful card to have in a very difficult reading, generally speaking, because it brings about hope, happiness, health, recovery, and it clears out all the negativity and the darkness throughout the whole reading. So this is beautiful. Oh wow, look, we have the Emperor. I mean, gorgeous. To be honest with you, what I'm picking up on is for a lot of you who've been wanting a child, and you thought maybe you were too old to have children, or that's it, transformational energy, I've transitioned into the next stage of my life, it's never going to happen. And you sort of made peace with it and let go of holding on to that grudge even. I actually think that there's a very strong possibility for a lot of you actually falling pregnant. And I also see, I would say that there is a proposal for a lot of you for the month of March. With the offering here, this is a new beginning with number 10. With the Emperor card, this is the ultimate man, ultimate male, ultimate masculine. This would be your ideal man, essentially. And we did talk about the Queen of Pentacles, also with the Queen of Wands being essentially the Empress, really. I mean, let's be honest, it's the Empress. So we have essentially a match here. And here is that match, the Ace of Wands, you know. So I do see a proposal. I see a proposal. I see 3 7, 7 7 7, which is 21. 2 and 1 is 3. 3 could be significant in this reading. This could also be your life path number 3. This could also be your year path number 3. If it doesn't happen in March, I see it happening very, very soon, at least within the next 3 weeks, where there is an offering or a proposal, you know, move in with each other, or relocate, move forward in this dynamic, this relationship. I see that there is childlike innocence in this connection. I also see that for those of you who have children and you've been wanting to have another child, so say for example we have 2 children and you've been wanting to have another child and it just hasn't been the right time to do that, to have that, I think there is an opportunity opening up again for the month of March, where that is a very strong possibility of that happening again after many years. So congratulations. And I also see that it's important to just keep doing you, just to keep focus on your well-being. And I would also say with the 7 of Cups is maybe try to take some time away from screen time, maybe take some time away to recoup your energy and be in nature, be in the sun, and just get away from social media. I feel like there's some gossip online that you don't really want to be involved in. So maybe it's best to just live your life and not be involved with that for some of you. In terms of career, I mean, again, I see that there is a lot of stability. I feel like your needs are going to be catered for. I see for a lot of you, your stability is strengthened, financially speaking, the month of March. I also see a garden. I see you being in your garden. I see you nourishing your plants and having like a little herb garden where you have your rosemary and your basil and, you know, all the things that you need, kind of like a homestead. And I see more home. I've seen a lot of peace around your home, to be honest with you. I see a lot of you for the month of March. I mean, you're going to be laughing because some of you are homebodies anyway, but you're going to be really enjoying being at home. Maybe there's a few short trips here and there. I don't see big world travel, to be honest. I see just short trips. Maybe there's a canoe involved. Maybe there's a little bit of a river involved. Just short flight travel, if anything. No, definitely no more than 6 hours. It's sort of like 2-3 hours max flight travel. But yeah, 777 is going to be a big number for you for the month of March. But generally speaking, I see a lot more joy. I see lots of happiness. I see that you're loving where you live. I see you loving what you do. I see that people are sort of gossiping about you without you realizing, but some of you are very clairvoyant. These are all the Empress energy, essentially. You are picking up on people who want to know more about you, but you're too busy living your best life, and people want to know, like, it's giving the energy of celebrity couples. So people want to know, like, oh, who are they dating, like what they're doing, what they're wearing, blah, blah, blah. And you're just not giving any hints, or if you do, you don't care. Like, it's not their business to know about these things. So I see you just kind of like zenning out in your garden and doing yoga and just doing that, you know, which is great. Lots of stability in your relationship, I would say. And if this is a new relationship coming in and coming forward, this is someone who is pretty well known in their business, someone who's very stable, someone who's very well liked, someone who communicates in a very healthy way, someone who's also maybe even physically strong and built. They could also be a Leo, very strong Aries energy here as well, I'm picking up on. Someone who will help to recover and heal your heart as well. They themselves may have been through a difficult breakup as well. But I see here that on the whole, the month of March generally is about offering thanks and giving an offering to your ancestors, giving an offering to spirit of thanks and gratitude, that things are finally moving forward and that the clouds are dispersing and that the sun is coming through. That's really what I have for you, pile 2. I've really enjoyed this reading with you. I do see a lot more stability. Number 13, break it down with the 10th death card, is 4. So I see maybe some of you moving into a new home as well and just feeling more grounded, just generally speaking, rather than like up in the air. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that I've brought some comfort to your difficult situation. And if you would like more insight, if you'd like me to read your astrological natal chart, you can do that directly on the website. You can just book there directly on the website. If you like some other readings, tarot readings, I can also be of service there for you. Book directly on the website. If you'd like to tip me or buy me a coffee, you can also do that on the website. Thank you so much. If you'd like to listen to pile 1 or pile 3, then you can do that too, and many other videos here on YouTube. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye for now. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who picked this beautiful amethyst crystal, then welcome to your March prediction. So let's have a look for you for the month of March using the pre-shuffled cards that I have selected for you. And this is all new to me, so I'm looking at these cards just at the same time that you're looking at them. So let's have a look at the Kim Krantz card for just the general energy for the month of March for you, pile 3. We have the empty room. Okay, we have the empty room. We have starlight energy. For me, this is also Virgo energy as well. This is the energy of maybe solitude, or maybe looking at the deeper questions in life, like, why am I here? What am I doing here? Some of you just going, what am I doing here? Maybe you're moving on from a job or a situation or situationship even. For a lot of you, for the month of March, pile 3, particularly with this amethyst, you know, this is someone who is very magical and very, very psychic, you know. So maybe this is about maybe needing to take some time out in order to just meditate, maybe go on a retreat for the month of March. We'll have a look at the other cards in a minute, but that's kind of the energy I'm picking up on. I also do see a lot of starlight gazing, a lot of stargazing. Yeah, just doing a lot of that, which is really beautiful and magical. Now for the month of March, we have number 10, number 50, which is 60, and 62. So 62 could be your significant number, could be the year you were born, 1962. 6 and 2 is 8, and 8 is infinity. So I actually feel like for a lot of you for the month of March, pile 3, I see that it's about more spiritual awareness, more spiritual endeavors, maybe doing more tarot bookings, maybe reading the tarot, maybe researching more about phenomena that can't necessarily be explained, ufology, whatever that may be. I feel like it's about being silent and about being quiet so that you can do that, essentially. Okay, let's have a look at the cards. So we're going to be looking at this beautiful deck of 2 cards from the deck called Heart and Hands Tarot, gifted to me by Autumn. Shout out to Autumn, my friend, for my birthday. So let's have a look and see the month of March. We have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful energy to start your reading. We have the Devil. Interesting. Okay, to be honest with you, pile 3, you know, I'm going with the first card. I think a lot of you have been alone or single for a while, and I think that you've been calling in your soulmate, to be honest with you. And I think if you're wanting to continue connecting with your soulmate who you haven't met yet, then this is something you'll be doing for the month of March, okay? Particularly at night and particularly during the moon phases. I do see that your prayers could actually be answered for the month of March, and someone could actually be turning up here who you feel very, very, very passionate about. The Ace of Cups is a new love entering. The Devil card in this particular deck in particular is a card of passion and desires, a lot of seduction, a lot of attraction, a lot of va-va-voom. You know, there's a lot of that. And, you know, the Devil card number 15 is essentially the opposite of the Lovers card, you know. So, but in this reading, I'm actually seeing it as the Lovers card, to be honest with you. Capricorn energy here as well. It's almost like I'm hearing I can't take my eyes off you, that song. So you're just too good to be true. You know, I actually feel like your prayers are going to be answered for the month of March. This person turns up and you don't even realize they're your soulmate. You've been calling them in, and they come in and you're like, wow, I have all this desire, I have all this obsessive attraction towards them. I just want to be with them in bed all the time, or not in bed, just naked. And you're just hooked on each other. I'm picking up on the energy of, rather than being controlled, or for it being toxic in any way, it's more about you're hooked on each other. Beautiful energy. All right, pile 3, let's continue. Let's have a look now with these cards here, which are the Hocus Pocus deck. And again, they're pre-shuffled. Please take all of my messages as they resonate. And if they don't resonate with you, just leave it behind, okay? So we have the Hierophant. Okay, we have the Hierophant here. Taurus energy. Okay. We have the High Priestess. We have the Three of Pumpkins. Now I will say that the Hierophant and the High Priestess have come out in the reverse. So they came out back to front, basically. The Three of Pumpkins is upright. So I'm taking note of that. I am taking note of that. And we have the Two of Potions, which is the Two of Cups. Now, I did mention the Lover's card, essentially, and the soulmate energy, and this would be the soulmate card. So I actually think that, I don't know whether you're really going to be going out very much, to be honest with you, because you're just going to be with your significant love interest. I think here with the High Priestess, you're not afraid to, with it being upside down, you're not afraid to it's like, say for example, the High Priestess is very mysterious. Say for example, you've been very mysterious in past relationships and you were very coquettish and you didn't necessarily, you didn't necessarily want to give it away so quickly. You didn't want to, you sort of wanted to drag it out a lot, you know, in terms of the courtship. In this relationship or this situation for the month of March, you just wanted to go really quickly into this whole connection. You don't want to be mysterious. If anything, you want to be open. You don't want to be hiding your emotions. You don't want to be hiding how you feel. You want to be very explicit about how you feel. And I see here for the month of March, this is actually going to be working out in your favor. I see that there's something very alluring about you. In any case, you're very alluring in the month of March. I think Pisces energy here, very strongly here with the High Priestess. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, Devil card is Capricorn, as I mentioned before. Saturn energy here, Neptune and Jupiter energy, as well as Venus energy with the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant did come up back to front, I mean upside down. Now the Hierophant is a commitment. The Hierophant is someone who likes to do things by the book. They like to do things in a way that is proper. Again, remember how I said, you know, say for example, you like to have a long courtship, you like to be very mysterious, you like to hide your emotions, hide how you feel, hide your desires. The month of March, you're throwing out the handbook and you're saying good riddance to that kind of habit and structures of courtship and doing things in that way. I want to be rebellious. I want to be a bit anarchic in this particular relationship. Now this can also filter into the rest of your life as well, where you're wanting to do things in a way that is very unorthodox. You're wanting to shake up the status quo a little bit. You're wanting to share these hidden knowledge, these hidden mysteries, maybe of esoterica, of the occult. The High Priestess is the occult. She works in the occult, you know, she's a magician. And we have and a shaman, you know, and we have the, you know, this book, this sacred textbook that is reversed. So, you know, we have this energy of someone who doesn't want to comply anymore. They want to do things differently. They're wanting to have their own rules. They don't want to be ruled. They want to have their own rules. They don't want to be controlled. Remember I spoke about the Devil card being controlled. This is giving me the energy of, you know, when Yoko Ono and John Lennon, they did a sit-in in their bedroom, you know, giving peace a chance and love a chance and being examples of true love, Ace of Cups. That would be the empty room. That would be the energy. It's kind of boycotting ideas of what love should be, who you should love, what they should look like, what kind of culture, creed, race, religion, whatever that may be. You're obsessed about them because you love them and you're obsessed about them as individuals, you know, and so you can't get enough of this person, you can't get enough of them. And I feel like you just want to open up yourself to them in many different ways. You want to open up physically, emotionally, spiritually to this particular person, this individual. And it's almost like you don't care who knows. It's definitely very rebellious. It's giving me very hippie vibes. It's giving me very 60s vibes. Now we did have in the numerology, in the Roman numerology, we had 10, 50, which is 60 and 62. Now you may tap into that timeline, 1962. You may be born in 1962. You could be age 62 as well. But with the 8, 6 and 2 adding up to 8, there's something very fluid about this particular connection that you have with this person, okay? I do think it's 2 people. I think it's a monogamous relationship. I don't think it's completely fluid. I just saw 1111, so I see that there is something very sacred. 1111 is the light worker energy. It's also the portal of Lionsgate, which is the 8th of August, right? So Lionsgate is 8th of August. We just have the green light go on as well. So an opportunity also for your finances improving, your heart chakra opening around that time period is going to be setting the tone about new opportunities in love, career from the month of March. I would say I am picking up on a rebel. I'm picking up on someone who genuinely wants to throw away the handbook. So I think that, you know, if you're maybe not wanting to comply and not necessarily wanting to collaborate and corroborate, then of course that's on you. You have free will. I don't know what you'll be doing with that energy, but this could even be you maybe eloping and just getting married to someone who you really have a lot of passion for, desire for, and it's just you two and the priest. There's three pumpkins here, which would be 3 individuals. This is collaborative, so maybe you collaborate on that, but there's no one else there. You know, this is the energy also of, I would have to say, Romeo and Juliet here with the 2 of potions, the 2 of cups as well. So they threw away the handbook. They were star-crossed lovers. The Ace of Cups and the Devil card are essentially star-crossed lovers, right? They are the opposite of the Lovers card, but they have sort of the same energy, but different. Okay. It's Adam and Eve. It's Adam and Eve having been kicked out of heaven, but it's Adam and Eve being kicked out of Eden, but not forgetting Eden. So wherever they go, Eden follows them. Wherever they go, they are Eden. Because they're a bit rebellious. They wanted to know more. And that's why they're in that empty room. But it's a self-made prophecy. They created that endeavor so that they could just be free and not be ruled by rules itself, or old rules, or antiquated rules. You know, the Hierophant is and can be quite antiquated, can be quite stuffy. The Hierophant would be typically your rabbi, your guru, your teacher, your mentor, someone who is your priest, you know, someone who is very methodical and very old-fashioned. This could also be a father or a father figure who, you know, believes in tradition, and tradition is really important, and we have to do things in this way. This could also be a cultural protocol as well that you're not wanting to adhere to anymore. Say for example you're Hindi and you meet someone that you're passionate about and you've been calling in your soulmate. The soulmate appears and this other person is not Hindi, they are Jewish, for example, and you know, the astrologer in your culture or the matchmaker in your culture, typically there are astrologers involved, by the way, in matchmaking in ancient cultures, but yeah, or your mentor, they're not necessarily on board with it. They're vehemently against this connection. So you call in, let's say Valentino the priest, and Valentino ends up becoming the martyr, which would be the high priestess, as kind of the hangman energy, who sacrifices his own life for the life of this love, this new endeavor, which would be Romeo and Juliet, and how the story came about with Shakespeare writing Romeo and Juliet. Came about this idea of the myth of Valentino and the 2 16-year-old lovers, basically, who weren't meant to be with each other, but they ended up doing it anyway, and he was sacrificed for it. Anyway, legend goes that's how it happened. But in any case, I love this energy. Actually, I love this energy because it's bringing something from the past back into the present. It's bringing that hippie culture back into the 21st century. It's bringing in live and let live. It's bringing in the energy of freedom and not being afraid to be cancelled. There's a lot of cancel culture, as we know. Not really being worried about what other people think, just generally speaking. And I think that sometimes there's a lot of martial arts traditions and talk about, in order to really feel fulfilled, one must be empty. We have to and must empty our minds consistently. However which way you do that. I like to empty my mind through having a nap. I like to also empty my mind by reading a book. That helps me, or going to the ocean, or being in nature really helps me empty my mind. Sometimes painting, not all the time, but sometimes painting also helps me empty my mind. But the less active I am, the better I feel being empty. It's the energy of being receptive. High Priestess energy is receptivity, feminine energy here. The Hierophant is fairly neutral in terms of gender, not particularly vehemently masculine, not particularly vehemently feminine, but someone who just obeys the law, and again, it's important to have those traditions, but it's also important to feel free to be your spiritual selves. And if that means to maybe step out of your culture, and maybe even take a stand on what's right in love, because love is infinite. Again, we have that number 8 energy coming in through very strongly. That's really all that matters. That's what I'm saying here. Okay, so I think generally for the month of March, I see that, again, maybe there's moving from one way of thinking or one way of doing something, or even leaving a particular cause for another cause. It's big, it's a big deal. I don't think that this is something that can not be ignored. I think that people are going to be picking up on this thing that you're moving into. It's a big deal. It's not something, again, that is just a hint. It's almost like you're making a statement on something. I don't know necessarily exactly what it is. We're going to have a look at some more cards. But I think it involves partnership. It could be both romantic and platonic. It could also be a work partnership here with the 3 of Pumpkins and the 2 of Potions, whereby you prefer to work with a tribe. You prefer to work or live in a commune. You prefer to work with partners who you feel are in alignment with your vision, your ethics, your sense of justice of the world, for the world. The 3 of Pumpkins would be the 3 of Pentacles. They're master skilled men, master skilled women, master skilled people. They're creatives who come together to build a church, which is a work of art. There's a lot of artistry there. There's a lot of skill sets that maybe you may not necessarily possess or even have worked on or have had training in, but there are people that you'll be working with for the month of March that do have those skill sets and have had that training, and somehow you partner up together and it works really, really well. There's also this intuitive working with each other too. So say, for example, you're working with intuitive brand ambassadors, you're working with intuitive, holistic, creative people who understand, they get your vision. They also, you know what, I'm going to say it, they also get your tradition as well. They understand your tradition, and they understand that maybe your tradition is outside of the general consensus of what people deem as normal, And I think that there's this building of community taking place here for the month of March for you, Pile 3. There's a building of community. There's a new Eden, essentially, that is being built, and maybe this comes about outside of the patriarchy. I have to say the Hierophant is patriarchal systems as well. But, each to their own. Take it as it resonates. We're going to look at some more cards, okay? So let's have a look at the angel cards. Opportunity, beautiful energy. Beautiful. Let me just move these cards out of the way. Okay, we've got opportunity. So we have an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for abundance. Maybe you've been solo for a long time. Maybe you've been in this empty room. You've been in solitude. You've been asking, and you've been looking for the deeper meaning in life. You've been asking for your soulmate to turn up. You've been asking for your soulmates, because soulmates are also platonic, aren't they, as well, to turn up and show up. And guess what? This opportunity opens up, and they do show up, and they're showing up in the month of March. There's something better. There's something better. Whatever you have envisioned for yourself, there's something better, because it's better together than not at all, right? But sometimes you need to be alone in order to understand that concept. And then unlikely. So something is unlikely going to be turning out the way that you wish for it to turn out. It's going to turn out better than you have ever imagined. Again, it's like, say for example, you're wanting to create a church, you're wanting to build a church, a temple, maybe literally, but also maybe this is a big endeavor, a big project. You have a big vision for the world. You want to create, let's say, a football stadium, where there's going to be a campus involved, there's going to be training, there's going to be teaching, there's going to be mentoring. I mean, that's a big endeavor, and you're thinking you're going to do this on your own. This is going to be a vision that only you're going to do it. And then the month of March, you know, you realize this empty room isn't just you being alone or doing it on your own. This is the opportunity, a bit like the womb, where you create from nothing, and then all of this amazing abundance comes in. And it shows up with people. It first of all shows up with you loving this idea, loving this project, putting love into this opportunity, this game even, and enjoying it. And when the heart is open, the heart calls and reverberates other hearts to communicate with that heart. It's an energy frequency. You know, the heart has these waves of frequency that have a ripple effect. And when that heartbeat is very strong, that heartbeat is heard from others. And so people start showing up. Maybe they're letting go of toxic habits themselves. Maybe this is about you creating a community of people where they can get help through and because of their toxicity or toxic habits, or maybe this is like a rehab center or something like that. But whatever it is, it starts with the intention of love, and it works with love. Beautiful energy here. So what I'm seeing here is there's an opportunity for something better to turn out than what you had initially expected, and you're not going to be doing it on your own. You know, maybe you had this vision that your life was going to be a lonesome life. This is going to be an empty life. But you end up realizing that these people are starting to show up in your life, and it's the month of March, and you've got people showing up, and they understand you, they get you, and there's a connection, and there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of dedication. Now the Devil card, Capricorn energy, is just dedicated, will not stop, will continue to work until they grind and grind and grind. They will not stop. I have Rising Capricorn, I get it. You know, trust me, I get it. But you allow that burden to be shared a little bit, and they all have this vision, and you're all ascending, maybe even spiritually. You know, we've got this helicopter now passing by. But yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm also hearing that song, The Far Side, P-H-A-R-C, or P-H-R-S-I-D-E. And it goes, she just keeps passing me by. But it's rather than someone passing you by, it's more the energy of people are not passing you by. You have a way of doing things, Pole 3, where people want to work with you. They believe in your cause. This is giving me the energy of a pioneer. They believe in what you do. They believe in your vision. They believe in your endeavor, and they want to work with you. They can't help but be enthralled and want to get their hands mucky and their feet dirty, and they want to stick in and get stuck in, and they want to work with you. So I feel like you're attracting a great community of people who are like-minded for the month of March as well. I also do see a romantic connection really blossoming here for the month of March. Knight of Pentacles. I also want to say you could be working with your spouse, your significant other. You could be working with your partner on building an endeavor as well. I think if there is a lot of rebellious nature, I think the rebellious nature stops with the contract. So there are contracts involved, there are agreements involved, so that's all good, that's all kosher, that's all done correctly. But the rest of it, it's something that maybe has never been done before, and I'm excited about what this is. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to know what this venture is that you're creating, this brand, this business, this opportunity. It sounds really called for. It sounds like it's divinely called in, and there's secrecy here involved here. No surprise with the High Priestess. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, as I said before, this is something you've been thinking about for a long time. It's been very slow moving. You may have been waiting or working on this endeavor, strategizing, planning, researching, doing all the things that any earth sign would do, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, planning, you know, doing all of that, maybe for 10, 20 years, and no one would have known, you know. But I'm seeing that once you get the sign from Spirit, a bit like Pile 1, but once you get the sign from Spirit to go and do the thing, you then go and do the thing. Six of Wands, gorgeous energy. So yeah, it's going to be a raving success. This endeavor is going to be a raving success. Six of Cups, something from your past or childhood. This is also the soulmate card as well. So we have this energy of great joy, great success, great happiness, working with people who feel like soul tribe, working on something from your past that feels, yeah, that feels familiar, or working on a past project or hobby and redoing it again, and yeah, redoing it again and feeling really accomplished. We have 6 and 6, we have 66, and we have the 15, which is the Devil card. 1 and 5 is 6. So we have this energy of extreme balance needed for the month of March. But we also have 18 with 3 6s, so 18, 8 and 1 is 9. So you're almost at an end in something and a new beginning in something. I do feel like with the number 8 that came in earlier with the empty room, there is financial abundance coming in with this particular endeavor, this project. I would say just to look at the fine print as well before you fully launch. And yeah, let's keep going. I also do see that people are going to love your product, your business, your endeavor in particular. You have the Ace of Swords, clarity, again a contract is here as well. 3 of Pentacles has come out twice. 3 of Cup, we have the 3 of Pumpkins and the 3 of Pentacles, which are the same cards. Okay, so yeah, the month of March is basically collaborative spirit. The month of March is, you know, maybe you thought you were doing something alone, you end up collaborating. This is also high negotiation skills are being asked for at this time as well. That's also important. Being very clear with your communication is also very important. Having it written down on paper is also very important too. Putting love into it. Maybe avoiding conflict by writing things down, being very clear about your intentions with the 5 of Wands. So that's a minor message here, a minor sign here to heed that sign. If you're picking up on conflictual energies, just get back to the drawing board and communicate clearly your intentions. Pile 3, have that written down. You know, people communicate in different ways. If you communicate in a way that is let's say through words of affirmation, maybe someone else wants it written clearly in fine print on a contract or something like that, or an agreement. So, you know, it's about having that duality a little bit. I am also picking up on Libra energy, which is called for. So make sure that you listen to the underdog more as well. Make sure that you have your contract and legalities put in place. Make sure that you are understanding the other side of a party or a situation, because it's all well and good to have this rebellious nature, and it is, and the love that you put into whatever this is, but it's also important to definitely to be clear and to be balanced, to continue to work and negotiate and collaborate with people, because good collaborative business involves clear communication. The Tower card, okay, big energy. The King of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Let's just pull all these cards out, one moment. The Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, which I mentioned earlier, which was the energy of like almost completing something before burnout. Ten of Cups. Okay, beautiful energy to finish out your reading. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you're definitely rebels, pile 3. You're definitely rebels. You're wanting to burn down the house, essentially, with the Plutonic energy, with the Tower card. I do feel like this is something I was actually picking up on earlier, but I wasn't sure whether to mention it. I feel like you are the pioneers of the Age of Aquarius. I think you're people who really want to shake up the status quo. We had that energy here earlier with the Hierophant. The Tower card would, you know, reinforce that idea. I see that there is a desire to shake things up, maybe even to bring a little bit of conflict in the world out there. I genuinely think that the Tower card is not necessarily pertaining to your personal life. I think it's a bit about the world out there. So this is very anarchic. This is very very much of the energy of someone who wants to shift the paradigm. And when you do that, you have a lot of attention. The King of Wands is someone who has a lot of admirers, has a lot of attention. And I don't get the sense you're doing it to attention grab. I think it's just you're wanting to have your own rules. You know, the 333 there on the timer as well. I do feel like it's divinely guided. I think whatever you're doing it for a cause, not just for its own sake. And I think that you are part of the Age of Aquarius, the illumination. I am picking up on that song. I'm hearing this is the Age of Aquarius. I think it involves travel. I think it in particular involves the internet. I'm seeing someone who's printing out pamphlets or has a manifesto. Maybe if you're not doing that in a physical way, like old analog way, let's say, through tapes, cassettes, video, recorder, it's online. So you have this manifesto and you do that online, and you're shaking up the status quo in that way. I think for a lot of you who have lived in countries where there has been a lot of suppression, I see that there's a movement that you are creating in order to go against that suppression, let's just say it like that. Now, we have 2 8s here, 88, the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. We also had 3 6s, 666, you know, which is, you know, the devil energy, but it's also maybe you going against a particular dictator who has a very suppressive and negative energy about them. And when we look at the 666 in a positive way, it's high angel number, light angel number, which is extreme balance in a good way. It's like very positive love. I'm also seeing here with the Ace of Cups and the Devil card, it's actually really beautiful love making as well. So if anything, you're wanting to bring love more into the world. But in order to do that, sometimes you may feel this really strong desire to shake up the establishment. Now, for some of you, you could also have Scorpio energy in your chart, or have very heavy Pluto placements in particular, where this is your time to to shine, essentially. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm definitely picking up on anarchists. Now, the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles is telling me that online you're building up an audience, you're working on your skill sets, you're creating this particular manifesto, or you're creating some sort of announcement where you're wanting to bring people together. You're saying, I want to have this get together with people so we can come in and put our minds together and have this idea, and we can work together on this thing. And so you do. And so you collect an audience, and you collect a fan base, and you collect a massive group of people. This is you shifting and shaking the masses, pile 3. Now, the Nine of Wands is saying that the month of March, there is clarity coming through. There's truth coming through. There's the energy of kind of cutting the illusion with the spear. So it's the energy of moving from that illusionary Pisces energy into the Aquarius energy of clarity and truth. And that's who you are. That's what you're bringing in to this energy, the month of March. And I see that, I see movement. I see a big mass of people moving, migrating, grouping together, communicating, sharing this cause online for the month of March. If that's not necessarily you, I'd be very shocked if it wasn't you. But if it's not, then this is maybe you following people who do that. But I get the sense, part 3, you're not followers, you're leaders. And if you didn't feel like you had a life purpose in your earlier years of your life, you see this opportunity being now, and this is your time to shine. Part 3, I see this is going to bring you a lot of happiness, and again, that tribe here with the 10 of Cups, it's going to offer you a lot of wishes being fulfilled. This is the energy of the Knights Templar, essentially. This is also the energy of King Arthur and his knights at the Round Table, all coming together in order to work on something for a higher cause as well, especially with this Excalibur sword. To be honest with you, pile 3, that's kind of all I'm picking up on. It's a lot of energy, it's a lot of movement. I see a lot of love here. I see the intention is true. I see the intention is pure. You know, with anything that involves shaking up the status quo, you will be met with a lot of resistance. And with that resistance, there will be consequences to those actions. So I would say be prepared, because there could be arrests being taken place. I have to say this because I'm seeing it here in the cards. But otherwise, I'm seeing that you will be attracting a lot of people into this endeavor. I do see a lot of exciting energy. I think that there has been the momentum which has been building up, and this is the right time for this plan to I was gonna say to be shared, but to be shaken up, essentially, and to be shared. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. I hope you've enjoyed this reading, even if it's just for fun. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, do let me know. And if you'd like a private reading, if you'd like some spiritual counselling and some guidance on whatever this is, I can support you on that. You can book directly on the website. If you'd like to tip me or buy me a coffee, you can also do that by booking on the website. And you can listen to pile 1 and pile 2 as well, and you can listen to all of the other videos here that I have on YouTube for more information and guidance too. That's all I have for you, pile 3. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. God bless, take care, and bye for now.